Thanks y'all for checking out the video. Interesting things happened. Last week I sent out an email about the Black Lives Matter statement from Inclusive Innovation Incubator on our thoughts about the peaceful protests and the social justice that is attempting to be achieved. And, internally my thoughts are, once we get past the social justice, there's economic justice, there's educational justice, there's like a slew of issues that all need to be resolved, beyond just breaking down the systematic racism that exists, that we're seeing in the justice system. I was asked to do a guest piece for Technically DC. And as part of that, they asked me to kind of make sure I find some data to support, the opinions that I'm providing. And, part of what I'm talking about in this paper is that IN3 simply can't consist as a viable business without support from the community, financial support from the private sector. Howard University and the mayor's office has been our partner for these last 3 years. They've stood by us. They've supported us every way they can. But, we really need support from the private community. The other thing we want to do is talk about the underlying issues that are addressing the need for a space like Inclusive Innovation Incubator. And so what was happening is I'm looking for kind of the data points on this. First of all, like, I'm working on this and I'm reading this data and it's like depressing me. That's how bad it is. I'll include the links in the bio. I strongly encourage you to read some of this. There was a report done by the Samuel Du Bois Cook Center on Social Equity, and he clearly states, now this is a quote directly from it, "There are no actions that Black Americans can take unilaterally that will have much effect on reducing the racial wealth gap," right? So let that sink in. There are no actions that we alone as Black people can take that will change how fucked up, and I'm going to say it, how fucked up the situation is for us as a community, right? So this is why we need advocates on the other side, right? We need basically Black people alone cannot fix this problem. This is a problem for the country and everyone in this country and everyone in the community. There was another report that recently came out that stated almost half of all Black adults are unemployed right now, right? COVID has destroyed the economy for everyone, but like most other things that happen in this country, Black people have suffered worse. I think that the article that I'm referencing, which I'll also include in the link, says as of April 2020, 48% of Black adults were unemployed. Not good look. And then we just look at some of these other statistics that should be clear, which is that, the median household wealth for a white family is almost $150,000 versus Blacks, which is around $13,000. That data is a little bit older, but still there's a huge gap. And then it further goes on to talk about even with educational levels that exist between Black communities and others, that there's still just a huge gap on the outcomes, right? So, the point here is that there are systematic problems in this country. There's systematic racism. There's racism built into the way that this country runs, the way that the health system works, the way the educational system works, the way the finance system works, and clearly the way the businesses work in regards to access to capital, access to opportunity, access to network, like all of the things that are required to be successful. It's time for everyone to really take a look inside themselves, inside the organizations they work for, inside their peer group, inside the people that they network with, the people that they talk to, and say like, yeah, we can hashtag our Black Lives Matter and we can go and we can protest. But when you come back home, what are you really doing to make a change beyond that, right? Or are we just going to go back to the point where, when your friends around you say shit that's inappropriate, that you're just going to be quiet, right? Is that what we're going to go back to? When you have the opportunity to do something to create a more equitable opportunity for a person of color or for a Black person, are you just going to kind of sit quietly in your seat, right? It is now is the time for a change. This isn't just random chatter. Like I said, I will post a link. You can read the data. These are people using data to support the position that a lot of us people who are black have known forever. But people want to spend money to run, more programs, more commissions, generate more reports. It's like the time is now to make a change. Please take a look at the links, and please keep a lookout for the Technically DC post. You can check out the Washington Business Journal article that I commented on. I'll put the link in this video also. And you can also check out the Black Lives Matter statement. I believe all the links are already in my profile, so please check them out. Thanks for listening. Also, there's links on my website. Please support IN3DC. We need your support to continue to do the work that we're doing. And I look forward to connecting with you all, hopefully in person soon. But please, follow us on social media. Take care. Bye.